Alright, so welcome back. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fabulous day here today. We're back on Ultra Rumble. Today we actually got some pretty good news for the game and such. So I've seen this topic talked about a bit now from the community and such. This announcement came out like I think a week or two ago. So it's been out. People have been talking about it. This could be some very big news again for the game and such. And I'll also tell you like my side of what I think also is going on here from what was announced and what's going on. So as always, again, new to the channel, like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. Let's get through everything. I got to give you a bit of background for those that have no idea what the hell this is. I'll give you a bit of background to it. So, first things first, if you don't already know, this game is run by mainly Biking. Biking is the devs of the game. That's what it is. Biking is the one that runs this game. That's kind of how things operate. On the context, also, Bandai is the one that basically publishes the game. Bandai is simply the one that obviously is like the overarching thing. They have Biking working. They have all their other studios working on their various games. They're the main publisher behind it. They're the ones that get it out into the market, get the advertising for it, and run everything for it on that end of it. But the Biking side of it, they're the devs, okay? So Biking is the one that has been deving this game, working on this game for how many years prior to it coming out, and everything. That's how that operates. Now, Biking also runs a bunch of other things here. That's why I want to make this clear. With this news, they're obviously probably expanding for many reasons, but this could also relate to why Ultra Rumble is maybe doing better if they are considering what you think about it, and could be doing better in the future. But this statement over here came out from the official Biking Twitter account. Biking has held its 2025 induction ceremony. This year, we welcome 22 brand new employees. Starting today, let's work together as friends who share the same goal to bring great games to the world. A very big statement over here. First off, if you know Biking, Biking's a very small studio. Originally, when I first covered this game and like talked about it, we saw Biking as like a 13 to 15 dev team. That's how big it was. 13 people to 15 people making this game while making JJK Curse Clash, while making I don't even know what else they're making at the time. Maybe, you know, finishing up on One's Justice and such, and maybe what other games they're publishing and working on and updates for them. That's how much Biking was working on one time with a 13 to 15, team behind them. On top of that, later on, they proceeded to add, I think, 5 to 8 more members during the 1 year of the game that we talked about. And now at this point, they introduced 22. They basically, like, took their team size and added that back basically to it, like doubling their team size fully, which is absolutely insane. That's actually very, very good for the game, or very good for Biking entirely, and it's a pretty crazy announcement. Remember, recently, I didn't cover this, but Bandai did announce a lot of closures for a lot of their studios that were working because of their massive flop of different games they released. There was a game, it was Blue something. I don't know what it was. It was Blue something. Was it Grand Blue, or that's not it, maybe? I don't know. But their game failed miserably, and because of that, they chose to like axe a bunch of studios. And recently after that news, this happening, being they introduced 22 new employees, that's huge, right? So again, very big stuff here. If you're wondering the breakdown of how that operated and like who got hired and such, this is the breakdown that I have over here from Reddit. On October 28th, Biking held a job offer ceremony for 25 new employees. There are 20 employees who will join the company next year, 5 planners, 5 programmers, 10 designers. So 5 entire programmers joining the game, 5 planners joining joining Biking, 10 designers joining Biking. It's twice the number of people last year. This time we will introduce the ceremony with the next new employee. They also had like a little Q&A session. This year, the number of employees is higher than last year. I have the impression that the proportion of women is also increasing than the previous year. In the chat time, they talked about the harmony regardless of gender, and I felt that it was perfection in terms of communication. There was another part of this that was like important, saying that they were saying like it was a big introduction. A lot of people joined, and we want to work together and really make 2025 a great year for Biking and Bandai and such. So that was the announcement and such, but very big news, right? Yes, the point that I want to make clear is Biking is obviously working on other things here. I don't know if they're still working on Curse Clash. If anybody can fact check me on that. Are they? I'm pretty sure they've promised only, I don't know how many DLCs they promised, but I don't think that they are releasing any more DLCs for that. It's been a while since I've seen a DLC announced, so they might have canned the work on JJK. I'm not sure again. Obviously Ultra Rumble is currently being worked on and will continuously be worked on. They're not gonna, like, remember, they don't really have much live right now that is like printing them dough, so they really can't cancel Ultra Rumble because they just hired 22 new people. They need cash to fund those people, okay? So they need a game bringing in money to keep the studio alive, to keep the studio going. I think Ultra Rumble will probably be doing pretty good to make that happen. I don't know exactly how much Ultra Rumble makes a month here, but in my opinion, it's between $2 to $5 million. A gacha game like MHATSH, which was very pricey and had such a bad reputation to it, that was able to print basically when a character released about $2 million. That was the number, right? Now, in this game over here, given the expansion to Xbox, to PlayStation, to Switch, to PC, Steam, right? I think they can definitely generate that much money. So that's what they need alive in order to crank this out. What I also want to make clear is there's a leak that occurred a very long time ago that's talked about a trademark being filed potentially for maybe a One Justice 3. Could be that's why they got this entire additional manpower to make sure the game is perfection and release that game at full snuff. But the thing is, if you're releasing One Justice 3, most of the work is going to be copied and pasted into Ultra Rumble because it's the same designs, same models, same engine, same everything. So in either scenario that I'm reading this, it's a win-win for us. So I don't know. But the way that I read it again is that, yeah, that's what's happening here. But Viking picking up brand new employees, 22. One of them said 25, one of them said 22. Don't know for sure which one is 100% correct here, but I think it's 22 because they are the ones introduced just now. There are more soon to come to the team during this year, but it just hasn't been introduced yet to the team. So 22 brand new members. Could be why last season was much better. Could be why they got the map cranked out. Could be why this season had a bit more tunes and such, and some more balancing that was a little bit more smarter. Could confirm better patches up and coming. Who knows? So I'll leave you with that information. Do what you will with it, but just want to share with you that, yeah, Viking has announced this. Could be in preparation for One Justice 3. Could be in preparation, hear me out, JJK Cursed Clash 2. Given the results and everything, given that they just hired that much more, they have to be making good money, dude. You wouldn't hire 22 new employees and such if you weren't making that money, bro. So very, very shocking news. I didn't expect that for anything like that. I expected, yes, they would hire people, but I did not expect them to hire that many people. They hired an insane amount of people versus what I thought. So major shout out to the devs and such, and congrats. I guess it's deserved, you know. So hopefully it translates into more content, more things to be released and such. But yeah, again, whatever it is, you see how they did with they're a small studio originally. So imagine what they could do with much more effort and much more numbers behind them, right? Manpower and such. So this person's just running. Yeah, you got this, Kiri. I have full faith in you to kill him and fry him, right? No? Beta over here. Cracked him. Where'd you go, Shiggy? Damn, Shiggy, you got movement, though, for days. I won't even lie about that. Thank you for the clone, dude. Thanks for the clone, bro. Thanks for the clone. I love my dude, man. I love my dude. Would have had 3 clones just now. But no, you had to kill him. You had to kill him. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, let's find this last team over here and just kill him and move on. And he dipped somewhere. He dipped vertically. He's in zone. He popped a plus ultra. He went over here. 34. Bounced again. This is going to be so fun. Don't worry, Compressi, I'm coming to you. It's just going to take about 2 years. It's going to be a long fight. Alright? It's going to take forever. That's usually how it goes against Compresses, dude. Here, 101. Any assist delete too, I'm pretty sure. Or a revenge break or whatever. It's one of them. He went in zone over here. Over here. Hit him again. we traded melees, but Kiri showed up. He went over there. Have fun. Yeah, you'll team heal. I'll just chase him down. Never mind. There we go. That's the match all together. Hope you guys enjoy the news. Hopefully you're happy about it. And hopefully it's good for you guys. But I shall take my clone. Never mind. But yeah, Viking, hiring. Who knows what it translates to. I'm hoping into just more better stuff for the game. But we'll see. Take care. Have fun.